Paris. The city of romance, croissants, and the crushing sound of your bank account crying every time you glance at a menu. Let's be honest, Paris has a reputation for being the kind of place where you either fall in love or fall into debt. €8 coffee? Check. A taxi that costs more than your rent? Absolutely. And don't even get me started on that Eiffel Tower dinner. Spoiler alert, it's not worth selling your kidney for. But here's the twist. Paris doesn't have to be a financial heartbreak. In fact, the city is packed with experiences that will make you feel rich without ever stepping foot inside a five-star hotel. And that's exactly what we're diving into today. We're talking budget-friendly Paris, the kind of trip that proves you don't need a platinum card to eat like a king, explore like an adventurer, and enjoy the best views in the city. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to live like royalty without paying royal prices. Oh, and number 5? Let's just say it's one of Paris's best-kept secrets, something even locals don't want you to know about. So stick around, because Paris on a budget is not just possible, it's about to look way better than you imagined. Welcome to Mapless Compass, where travel dreams meet budget realities. Because exploring the world shouldn't require selling a kidney. Here, it's all about smart hacks, hidden gems, and stretching every euro like it's elastic. So hit subscribe, and let's jump straight into the 7 best things to do in Paris, on a budget. Number 1. Stroll along the Seine. Why drop €30 on a boat cruise when the best view of Paris is free and open 24/7? That's right, the Seine River isn't just a body of water running through Paris, it's basically the city's main runway. Picture this. The bridges glow at sunset, couples share picnics on the riverbanks, and street musicians strum guitars while their voices bounce off centuries-old stone. For the price of a stroll, exactly €0, you've got front-row seats to one of the most cinematic cityscapes on Earth. Now, don't get me wrong, the cruise boats look fancy with their glass domes and champagne flutes. But walking along the Seine? That's a vibe. It's Paris at its rawest and realest. You can stop where you like, snap those Instagram-worthy shots, and bonus, you don't have to worry about a waiter upselling you €9 soda water. And let's be honest, strolling the riverbanks at golden hour feels like stepping into Netflix's Emily in Paris minus the awkward romances, the fashion budget, and the credit card debt. Here's a little pro tip. Head toward the stretch near Al de la Cite. From there, you'll catch Notre Dame on one side and the Eiffel Tower in the distance on the other. 2 icons, 1 walk, and your wallet? Still untouched. Quick question for you. Would you rather cruise or stroll the Seine? Drop it in the comments. I'm curious if you're more of a slow walk and soak it in traveler or a hop on a boat and sip champagne type. And if you think this is good, just wait until you see where you can score an Eiffel Tower view for the price of a coffee. Number 2. Picnic at Champ de Mars. Dining at the Eiffel Tower restaurant? That'll set you back about €70 a plate. But picnicking under the tower with fresh bread, gooey cheese, and a bottle of wine? Less than €10, and honestly, twice the vibe. Here's how you do it like a local. Skip the overpriced tourist cafes. Instead, swing by a neighborhood boulangerie for a warm baguette that practically crackles when you tear it open. Add a wedge of brie or camembert from a small fromagerie, toss in a cheap supermarket bottle of Red Boom. You've got yourself the most Parisian dinner spread ever. Now picture this. You're stretched out on the Champ de Mars lawn, the Eiffel Tower looming overhead, its iron frame catching the last glow of the sunset. Around you, groups of friends are laughing, couples are clinking plastic cups of wine, kids are chasing each other through the grass. And just when you think it can't get more magical, the Eiffel Tower lights up and starts sparkling like it's performing just for you. No maitre d', no reservations, no awkward bill at the end. Just carbs, cheese, and skyline-level romance. The most romantic dinner date in Paris. Proudly brought to you by Bread and Dairy. And hey, if you're solo traveling, this is still perfect. Think about it. No judgment, no rush, just you, a picnic blanket, and the most famous monument on the planet. That's a self-care flex right there. Quick side note. If these tips are already saving you cash, give that like button a tap. It tells YouTube you'd rather spend euros on wine than on overpriced tours. And if food isn't your main event, don't worry. Because in Paris, world-class art can actually cost you less than a coffee. 3. Louvre Museum. The Louvre, home of the Mona Lisa, or as some call it, the Beyoncé of paintings. Small, but absolutely impossible to ignore. And here's the kicker. You don't need to drain your wallet to see her smirk. Here's the budget traveler's guide. If you're under 26 and an EU resident, congratulations, your ticket is free. Not under 26? No worries. The Louvre actually opens its doors for everyone for free on the first Saturday of every month after 6 p.m. That's world-class art, cheaper than a cup of Paris coffee. Now, let's talk timing. The Louvre is massive. We're talking palace-size massive. If you waltz in at midday, you'll spend more time dodging selfie sticks than admiring the art. But visit late in the evening, and suddenly the crowds thin out. You'll find yourself face-to-face with Venus de Milo, Egyptian mummies, and yes, that sly little Mona Lisa, all without shoulder-checking tourists every 5 seconds. And okay, let's be honest. The Mona Lisa is underwhelming in size. But so is an iPhone, and people still obsess over it. Her mystery, her smirk, and the fact that Leonardo da Vinci painted her centuries ago, that's the magic. Pro tip: don't just rush to the Mona Lisa like everyone else. Half the fun of the Louvre is wandering into quiet galleries, medieval swords, crown jewels, enormous canvases that practically swallow you whole. It's like a treasure hunt where every room is a new surprise. Quick question for you. Would you rather spend your Louvre time chasing the Mona Lisa or exploring the hidden gems most tourists ignore? Drop your answer in the comments. I'm curious. Art is cool, but what if I told you the best view of Paris doesn't even involve a museum ticket? Number 4. Free views from Sacré-Cœur. The Eiffel Tower? Overrated. The real money shot is from the Sacré-Cœur, and here's the best part. It won't cost you a single cent. All you have to do is climb up Montmartre, the highest natural point in Paris. Sure, it's a bit of a workout, but think of it this way. It's cardio, culture, and killer views, all rolled into one. Who needs a gym membership when Paris hands you a Stairmaster with panoramic scenery? As you climb, Montmartre unfolds like a living painting. Cobblestone streets, ivy-draped cafes, local artists sketching portraits in the square. It's the Paris you've seen in movies, minus the Hollywood price tag. And then, at the top, Sacré-Cœur Basilica. Snow-white domes against the sky, and just below them, a sweeping view of the entire city. From this perch, Paris looks endless, the Eiffel Tower piercing the skyline, the Seine curling through the city, rooftops stretching all the way to the horizon. It's the kind of view that makes you forget you're on a budget, until you remember it cost you exactly €0. Stick around a little longer, and you'll find the entertainment doesn't stop with the view. Street performers set up shop on the steps, guitarists, dancers, jugglers, turning the basilica into a free outdoor theater. Drop a coin if you can, but honestly, even just watching feels like a gift. Here's a pro tip. Head up for sunset. As the city lights flicker on, Paris glows golden, then shifts into a glittering nightscape. And unlike the Eiffel Tower's pricey observation decks, you don't need a ticket, just good shoes and maybe a baguette to munch on while you soak it all in. Alright, I need your take. Which view wins? Eiffel Tower or Sacré-Cœur? Drop your pick in the comments. I'm betting most of you side with Montmartre. Now, Paris isn't all romance and rooftops. Sometimes, the cheapest adventures are hidden, 6 feet under. 5. Père Lachaise Cemetery. Yes, it's a cemetery. But not just any cemetery. Think of it as Paris VIP section for the dearly departed. Père Lachaise is where legends rest. Jim Morrison, lead singer of The Doors, whose grave is still covered with flowers and fan tributes decades later. Edith Piaf, the voice of Paris herself, who sang La Vie en Rose. And Oscar Wilde, the literary icon whose tombstone used to be smothered in lipstick kisses until the city had to put up glass to protect it. Walking through Père Lachaise doesn't feel eerie. It feels more like stepping into an open-air museum. Sculpted tombs, Gothic mausoleums, ivy curling around stone angels, every path has a story. It's part history lesson, part art gallery, and part peaceful escape from the chaos of the city streets. And here's the kicker: admission? Free. You can wander for hours, tracing the steps of poets, painters, rock stars, and revolutionaries without spending a single euro. Of course, you'll see fans leaving metro tickets, letters, or even bottles of wine on graves as tributes. It's quirky, it's fascinating, and it's a reminder that Paris celebrates its icons in life and in death. Humor aside, think of Père Lachaise as Paris' version of the Hollywood Walk of Fame, but quieter, way classier, and, thankfully, no tourists wearing neon fanny packs posing for selfies. Question for you: whose grave would you visit first? Jim Morrison's, Edith Piaf's, or Oscar Wilde's? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious to see where you'd pay your respects. And hey, all that walking around tombs is bound to make anyone hungry. The good news? Paris has a budget-friendly fix that's as delicious as it is cheap. 6 street food and markets. Who needs Michelin stars when you can get a €5 falafel in Le Marais that locals line up for? Honestly, skip the overpriced 3-course tourist menus and head straight for Paris street food and markets. It's budget dining at its finest. Take Rue Mouffetard, for example. It's one of the oldest streets in Paris, and today it's basically a living buffet. Butchers carving roast chickens, fromageries with wheels of cheese stacked like edible art, bakers pulling baguettes straight out of the oven. The air smells like carbs and heaven had a baby. And then, of course, the crepes. Hot griddles sizzling on street corners, Nutella, banana, sugar, lemon. Folded into warm paper triangles for a couple of euros, it's basically Paris' version of fast food, except with actual flavor. Sorry, McDonald's. Markets here aren't just about food, either. You'll find flower stalls, vintage books, and vendors who seem like they've been shouting prices since the French Revolution. And the best part? You can grab a few things, a baguette, some cheese, fresh fruit, and boom, instant Parisian picnic without breaking the bank. Quick question for you. Are you team falafel or team crepe? Drop your pick in the comments, and don't overthink it, there are no wrong answers. And remember, these meals don't just save you cash, they give you stories. Eating a falafel in the same spot Parisians swear by? Way cooler than forking out €40 for a tourist trap pasta dish near the Champs-Élysées. Oh, and if you're a foodie traveler, hit subscribe now. I've got entire videos on eating your way through Europe without your bank account filing for bankruptcy. So yeah, Michelin stars are nice, but €5 street eats with flavor, history, and soul? That's the real Paris. And the most Instagrammable spots in Paris? Believe it or not, they'll cost you absolutely nothing at all. 7 hidden passages. Paris has secret arcades that look straight out of a movie set, and the wild part? Most tourists never even find them. These are the passages coverts, covered passages built in the 1800s. Imagine glass ceilings arching over marble floors, little cafes tucked into corners, and quirky shops that feel frozen in time. You step inside, and suddenly Paris isn't rushing around you, it's whispering its history. Take Passage de Panoramas, the very first covered arcade in Paris. Old bookstores, antique stamp shops, and cozy bistros line the walkway like you've stumbled into a postcard. Then there's Galerie Vivienne, with mosaics so elegant you'll feel underdressed just walking through. It's Paris at its most cinematic, think 1800s chic, but with Wi-Fi and Instagram filters. And here's the kicker: wandering these passages doesn't cost you a thing. No tickets, no lines, no entry fees. Just step in, look up, and soak in the kind of atmosphere you can't buy. You'll find locals grabbing coffee, fashion students sketching, or travelers like you, wide-eyed at the mix of old-world charm and modern buzz. Question for you: would you rather splurge on a designer shop on the Champs-Élysées or hunt for hidden gems in these secret arcades? I know which side my wallet's on, and it's not Prada's. Exploring Paris' hidden passages feels like time travel, except the only ticket you need is curiosity. And with that, we've just wrapped 7 of the best budget-friendly adventures this city has to offer. So here's the truth: Paris doesn't have to be a rich person's playground. You don't need a platinum card to fall in love with the city. Just curiosity, a good pair of shoes, and maybe a baguette or two. Let's do a lightning recap of your 7 wallet-friendly Paris adventures. First, strolling the Seine, Netflix-worthy romance, totally free. Second, picnicking at Champ de Mars, dinner with the Eiffel Tower for under €10. Third, the Louvre, where you can see the Beyoncé of paintings without selling a kidney. Fourth, the Sacré-Cœur steps, cardio plus the best skyline in Paris. Fifth, Père Lachaise Cemetery, Paris VIP section for legends who left their mark. Sixth, street food and markets, €5 falafel that outshines any Michelin ego. And seventh, the hidden passages, movie set vibes that make you feel like you just time traveled. Together, they prove that the best things in Paris really are free, or at least suspiciously cheap. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these budget hacks would you try first? Would you go for Eiffel Tower picnics, Mona Lisa selfies, or maybe falafel-fueled adventures? Drop it in the comments. I'm genuinely curious. And hey, if this video saved you a few euros, smash that like button so other budget travelers can find it too. Don't forget to subscribe for more ways to travel smart, not broke, because let's be honest, nobody's got time for tourist trap prices. Next stop? 10 hidden gems in Switzerland you must visit in 2025.